Can this compact heater really warm up your whole space? This is a simple and fast review of the FLANUR portable 1500 watt space heater. We're going to open it up, show you what it looks like, test it out, and of course let you know whether or not it's worth buying. So once you get it out of the box, there was a bag on this that I took off and got rid of the box. Instruction manual next to it. Should be relatively self-explanatory. You'll see a couple buttons on the top which will run through your power, your mode, your timer, stuff like that, up and down. Just don't cover this. Your heating coils are going to be in the front. Simple plug in the back. Doesn't need to be untied or unhooked here, and you'll have your vent there. So we'll go ahead and plug it in and turn it on. To do that, I do want to show that this is removable on the back. It literally just clips right in. Of course, two hands is not easy, or one hand is not easy. But that way you can kind of clean out the vent a little bit. It'll keep a lot of the dust out, and you can just kind of rinse that off or brush it off or whatever. Has a pretty decent long cord, so we'll go ahead and plug it in. Also, an easy to grip handle. Not handle necessarily, but kind of an area to grip right there. All right, so we got it plugged in, and go ahead and turn the power on. As you can kind of hear, it goes immediately to H3. We can go down to H1 and 2. We can create an oscillating, and that's the button on the left, option here. We can, if you don't want to just go by the H1, 2, and 3, we can just do a straight temperature. And you can kind of just cycle through those. You can set up a timer, so if we want to go, I'm not sure why it's only a 30-second timer. That's a 30-second shutdown once we turn the power off. Just be aware of that. So, trying to see why the timer is not working based on my button pressing. So maybe that's what I need to do, is then set a timer. I'm going to turn off the oscillation for a second. Once we hit that timer button and get it at 0, we can adjust our numbers. It's not one you can hold down, unfortunately. Goes 12 hours. And if you hold that, that will create a lock mechanism. And if you hold that down on the mode side, it takes the sound out. So let's get that unlocked. No, it does not take the sound out. So let me read my instruction manual. Alright, so as I expected, that mute button is just hold it for 3 seconds and it should go on and off. It did not, but either way, while I'm here, I want to point out that there is a remote control as well that you can operate with this if you want. It looks like you just have to hold it long enough to get that sound icon to go, and then we'll be able to mess around with it. So yeah, so now there's no kind of no sounds. So to note, this is going to be our fan, auto heat, and again, this is going to be my my temperature heating. Now this is kind of an eco mode, so once it gets over 71, or it senses 71 in the room, this will automatically shut off. So if you want to keep a room and set it at 71, for example, just set it to that, and then it'll heat this until it gets to that point. So the lower you set it, the more likely it is to shut off and the like. So if you just wanted to keep it running no matter what, you would want to run on high, or I'm sorry, H1, H2, or H3. And this this third mode is just going to be a fan mode, so it's just going to blow, and immediately it'll kind of blow out the rest of the heat, but it will blow just as a fan mode. when it's on like that. So you have your timer, again, your child lock, your oscillating capabilities, and then of course your power. Now the key thing here is when we're going from like a H3 or H2, H1 or the eco modes, when you do press this power button, it is going to run for 30 seconds. That's just to get the heat out of the system before it shuts down, which is a pretty clever idea. So this thing's really awesome, and the temperature has been fantastic. I'm actually kind of hot right now standing in front of it, so don't get too close. It will get a little bit warm, but a great little heater for a localized room. It's just as powerful, if not more powerful, than just about every box I've ever had. And so I'm looking forward to using this in my office. So hopefully this review helps, and thanks for watching.